So, so my first question will be about your curator stuff and curator way, and I just want to ask, how do you see the evolution of your artistic style, maybe curator style, and throughout your career? So how it's helped you and how you find your curator style?
Well, I'm a bit. Let me think for 1 minute. First, it's really important to understand that there's, in my practice, you have a kind of constant, go back and forth between the writings and the exhibitions. Theories actually can lead to exhibitions, but also exhibitions lead to theories. It's really constant, travel between the two. But those are two very distinct grammars, actually. The way you think when you actually write is not the way you think when you curate. Because obviously, whatever the problematics of the exhibition is, it will always exceed or gets aside your preoccupations. The artworks have the logics of their own, and gathering them into the same space in order to curate an exhibition leads to be slightly the lines are constantly moving when you're doing this. So it's important to see that how different those two grammars are. So I have no idea about my curatorial style in a way. I cannot define it, and I cannot tell you exactly what it would be, except that I would say, for now quite a long time, I tend to think of the exhibition in terms of in the cinematographic way, I would say. The space being like a film where you really try to develop sequences, create resonances between different works. And at the end, it creates what could be compared to a movie at some point, My main references for curating are more movie makers or than actual curators. I could say that.
Maybe you have some manifestation and maybe some rituals when you come to gallery, and just like I have some ritual, maybe drink tea or smoke cigarette, or just to feel a space, to find the after, and maybe you can say about ritual and manifest.
When you are proposed an exhibition, actually, then you have the space, which is proposed to you generally, and then there are two different possibilities. Either you're provided a space as such, like in the Gwangju Biennial that I'm curating for next September, or, for example, in Istanbul Biennial that I curated in 2019, I had to find the space myself, actually. Go to Istanbul and see where it could happen. And here it's, again, exactly like a movie maker who decides the set for the action, actually.
It's happened like a little random, or maybe you have a favorite gallery in different countries and just say, I want to have here exhibition of this after, because
no, it never happens like that.
I just have a power of this place.
It never happens like that, actually. For example, biennials, I told you, either they have a space like in Venice or Gwangju, or they don't, like most of the others. So you have to choose what you could rent for the exhibition and see where it could happen. but you never decide, well, spaces then are not that important. If I have an idea of an exhibition and I want to propose it, I propose it to someone. Actually, it's not the space which is important, it's the people.
So, what role do curators play in the formation and development for art exhibition and project?
What, sorry?
What role
Yeah.
do curators play in formation and development for art exhibition and project? So,
information.
yeah.
It's the core of my job, I would say. I spent my life walking from an exhibition to another and seeing things, visiting exhibitions, galleries, etc., etc. So everything I see which interests me, I note it on a notebook. And this is the notebook I'm consulting when I'm curating an exhibition. Then you have to review. But yeah, and then you have the first, when you decide the problematics of the exhibition, you have a first idea, a first list with the people who obviously correspond to it. And then you look for a second layer of artists that could actually also, and then the research starts. But it's always the two, actually, you know, but I have a, you know, kind of recorded data about artists that I use all the time.
So, and I want to ask, maybe should people who wants to be a curator to study in curator, or it's just about mind, because I think curator should have a special mind, like a director, like a producer, like a PR-ship, maybe some manager, and it can curator to study that, or it just should to born with it?
You know, there's no rule. Say it's like a movie making also. When you decide that you want to do a film, you find the money to do it. You find the actors, you do the casting, you find collaborators. That's exactly the same for an exhibition. If you have an exhibition in mind, of course you can propose it to many people, but mainly, you know, there are absolutely no rules. I didn't meet any rule in 30 years, so it's not gonna start now.
Maybe do you have a bad exhibition? Maybe you don't like it, like by yourself, like you say, it's cool exhibition for everybody, but you don't like that exhibition. Maybe do you have that experience?
From something I've seen in the past?
Maybe the worst your exhibition.
The worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah, my God, there's too many. No.
So favorite.
I don't know. I tend to remember good things, not bad things. Actually, bad things I always forget them very quickly. It's. I don't want to occupy my brain with bad things. I prefer to record the good ones.
Cool. Can you tell about start of your being of curator and art critic, how you start to write for magazine, for art magazine, like a critic, and how you start to be a curator? How it starts?
Well,
Hello?
and I was
Just 1 second. Okay.
Should I start again?
Yeah, thank you. So thank you so much, if it's possible.
So I was writing actually already when I was 21, 22 years old for magazines like Flesh Art. And one day a gallerist from Frankfurt, Depen, who doesn't exist anymore, proposed me to curate an exhibition with the young French artists I thought were interesting. And I created this show in Frankfurt, and it was the first show I did in a gallery. And then, next year, I actually did one in Paris. Two friends of mine having a space, in the outskirts of Paris. So they proposed to do something. It was the second one, and then it always goes like that. One thing leads you to another, that leads you to another. It's accumulation and bouncing.
So it was like a ticket, like you are like a curator, but you want to be a critic more. Or
yeah. No, I was actually, when I was young, I always wanted to write, actually. And but I just discovered that my real position was in between images and text, between words and forms, between action and intellection and reflection, thinking. So this position of curator is perfect for this, because it really links the two set of preoccupations all the time. So I thought, well, that's exactly what I should do of my life. But I was already 21 or something like that. And at the time there was no schools for curators. There was no place where to, because the job didn't really exist, independent curator. So I had to just build it by myself. That's the way
great,
it works.
actually. It's really great. Maybe you have a child dream, what you want to do into life, not about critics, not about curator, just a child dream, like be
exactly what I did.
President.
It's exactly what I thought my life would be when I was a 10-year-old child, actually. So that's perfect.
Wow, that's really incredible. Actually, I have one hard question, because I'm too young for this profession, but also work. And when I come to home and I just wanna ask myself, how don't lose yourself in this profession? Like, because it's really weird art world, because it's a lot of gossip, it's a lot of like weird ways with artists, and you just don't know how to discuss with everyone. So my question is, how don't lose yourself in this profession?
Well, not to lose yourself, you need a compass. Any traveler would tell you that. If you want to cross the ocean, you need a compass, or to look at the skies, to know where you are. As a curator, you need a compass, and the compass is the ideas you're here to defend, actually, and the theories you want to put forward, or the group of artists you want to promote, etc., etc. But you need a compass. It's really important. Otherwise, you get lost, because otherwise, and anyway, it wouldn't be very interesting if you were not here to defend something or to affirm something.
Yeah, but when you have ambition, when you have a plan, and you can lose yourself because you don't know where is reality and where is your ambition. And in a lot of story, when curator just have a suicide because don't approve himself by ambition. So is it how to do in this situation when ambition up into you?
Well, I actually have a very good friend, was one of my ex-interns, Vincent Honoré, who passed away in November, actually, suiciding himself. And yeah, his job was one of the main reasons why he couldn't cope up with life anymore. Of course, because it's like being an actor, or an actress. You're waiting for the phone calls, all the time. If you're an actress, you have to wait for the phone calls of someone. Your agent tells you this director wants to make a movie with you. Curating is a bit like that, unless you're affiliated to one specific institution, like I was for many, many years, actually. But being freelance, you have to depend on opportunities and depend on demand. which can create some stress, obviously, but no. Well, for the moment, everything's fine for me. But yeah, it's not specific to the job of curator. Artists, it's exactly the same. No, also even worse, I would say.
So should a young creator should make to personality about me like curator, like I'm here and I have group artists, I have my ideas and that's it, and I have second personality just for me, and that's my little compass in this art.
Yeah. Being a curator is being an author. That's authorship on something. Otherwise, what do you bring? You're just an agent that can be used for material things. But the real plus that you bring as a curator is, of course, the set of ideas, values, methods that you're actually embodying in some ways. That's the best way to go through this.
What role have digital technologies and social media played in the work of the modern curator, and how have they changed the perception of art? So how technology can exchange our life and maybe change a curator like a human?
Yeah. What has really changed the art in the last 20 years is not only the social network, it's the lack of attention we pay to books and artworks, I have to say. That's the main phenomenon, I would say. Social networks is just one aspect of it. And I use Instagram myself, for example, and I use it to, you know it, I use it actually to just do some flashes on things I want to communicate. But it's also linked to curating, because I try to link 2 or 3 different images together and do kind of report of what I'm doing. So the job is more or less the same than being an art critic, no? But you do it with different means. That's all. The thing is the lack of spaces that we already have to develop ideas and to take time to develop ideas. And that's the main problem we have. It's not only social networks, because they can be used in an interesting way.
What criteria were used in the selection of exhibitions artists? How you choose the artists for exhibition?
From my notebooks.
Or just you find maybe in street, maybe on Instagram, some cool artists who really good, and you say like, yeah, I should to.
Well, I never invite artists whose work I didn't see by my eyes. Something can look very good on Instagram and be very disappointing in real. That's rule number 1. Unless videos, of course, videos, I can see them from my screen. The difference will be just a matter of size. But it's really important to see things in real, not to just judge them by the image they have.
But how you choose, like how you find the artists for exhibition?
The names are found in my notebooks, because, or in my memory, or that's it.
Maybe you go to art school in France or London and watching at the works.
Research is it's a 24-hour a day and 7-day a week and every day of the year. That's research. No, there's not a specific moment for it. And then it goes into my notebook, and then I can use it, accordingly.
That's really great. That's unusual for me to listen to that, because we young generation and we different generation. It's look, and that's weird when people like talking only about Instagram, not art school, not somebody else, and just like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
great in Instagram. So that's really weird when you don't find in
But
Instagram.
the problem is, sometimes, you're very much disappointed by what you saw on Instagram, which looks great. And when you see it in real, especially painting, it can be awful, actually. That's the same that a very beautiful dish in a fancy restaurant on Instagram might be very bad by the taste. No, that's exactly the same.
Yeah, but the problem for artists is when you see a very crazy after, really punk after, in full in love in this after, but he don't have Instagram, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
The generation, because people is great but don't have social networks, but people who is not great, they have Instagram. So this is
Picasso didn't have Instagram. No.
What is the role of the curator in attracting sponsor and financial support for projects? So how you find money, maybe financial support?
Well, to be honest, it's more and more present in the definition of the job, but it's not our job, actually, and it's really important to understand that. Curators are more and more obliged to do fundraising, but it's not their job, actually. It should be taken by someone specific. In general, it works very much better if you actually isolate the tasks. But let's face it, it's true that we need more and more to find money as a director of institutions, for example, or curators. It's both.
Yeah, but when you're young and you want your own gallery, you find the money for exhibition, for pay artists, and how to find the money for this.
There's no recipe neither. It depends on the project. It depends on the place where this project will be. But generally, if it's private money, generally it's for institutions, actually, mainly, or independent projects. But a gallery, by definition, a private gallery, I mean, not gallery, is supposed to make money. So they're not supposed to ask for money.
Do you believe in friendship between different curators in different galleries, or it's just play for playing? Because everybody's scared to be like don't have a friendship because you just must to friend with a curator from another gallery, or you just don't.
Always have many friends, working in different institutions. In France, it's more, because private galleries don't have curators. They just a dealer, actually, that does that. But I know and I work with many curators, actually. So, of course,
No, I'm not talking about true friendship between curators. I said like playing in friends, into face to face, just for maybe we can say we can take you after, or we hate you but we love you. So it's weird in our artist world, probably.
Well, fortunately, you still can have friends in this world, actually, and I have many. It's like real life, everything happens.
Yeah, but in
There's
art,
no difference between the art world and the others on this. I don't think so. No. It's really than any other field.
What advice and recommendation can you give to those who are interested in studying and practice relations aesthetic?
You practice installation?
Relation aesthetic.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I wrote the book a long time ago, so for me, what's interesting, it's interesting. It's like a cloud, if you know, in the sky. The cloud is born out of evaporated water, right? And then it falls as rain. on the earth again. So my book is like a cloud. It was born out of the observation of my generation of artists and the way they were envisioning things in a different way. And then it became a cloud, and then it rained on another generation of artists. You understand the metaphor? So now I'm just observing what artists do with it. So I don't have any advice to give. I just wrote the book. And I'm interested in the way they develop this idea, use those ideas their way and not mine. It's really important. The dialogue is interesting if you are brought something by the person who answers you. So,
do you want some change in relation aesthetic right now? No, right now by your age, because happened like a lot of time from publication this book. Maybe you some change in this book, or you stay.
I actually wrote a very long foreword for the reprint of this book, which is going to happen this year in English and Italian. So all my views on it are in this text, actually, and I try to reinterpret the text according to what the artist did in the last 20 years, actually, out of it. And that's interesting for this. It gave me an opportunity to put it into perspective in a way, and to actualize some of my thoughts on this. But I would say that in the last 10 years, I've been working on what I call an expanded relational aesthetics, which would be expanded to the non-humans. Relations are very important, still very important for me, but not only into the human circle. So I'm interested now in the way that artists get engaged with non-human world, like the vegetables, the animals, the minerals, the molecules of that constitute the world. This interests me more today, because in the 90s, relational aesthetics was purely human. And life has changed, the world has changed, I have changed. And some artists who actually were in the book, like Pierre Huyghe, for example, has changed the same way than I did, which is, or Philippe Parreno, for example, to quote two French artists I was very close to. They evolved the same way than I did, which is stepping out from the purely human world to engage with the non-human. And that's the way relational aesthetics that did evolve, actually. That's a scoop.
Wow, it's I'm a little nervous, so I'm really want to say at the first when we met about sorry what I wrote in French, but I think it's really it's important because you're from France, and it's like respect.
I really don't mind.
Respect of you and your personality person. And sorry for my English because I'm nervous because I'm too young, and for me it's like something special when I'm talking with you by Zoom, and that's incredible actually. Maybe you have a theme of your exhibition, what you really want to do by yourself, like not Николя Буррио. Like not Николя Буррио, just like you have a team, what you don't do, but you want to do this.
Yeah, there are many things I want to do, actually. My God. I have ideas for exhibitions that are maybe I'm waiting for the right opportunity, because it needs a big space, for example. Or I have some urban projects also that I want to do, but it's all a matter of opportunity. You have the ideas, and then one day you see in front of you that there's a little slot where you can get into and then make it real. That's the. So I have many suspended projects actually. Many.
Do you will you do an exhibition maybe in Serbia, maybe in Russia in some day?
But I did was in the curatorial team for the first Moscow Biennial and the second Moscow Biennial, so 2005 and 2007 already. So I did. Then I worked to conceive and implement the Pinchuk Art Center in Kiev, in Ukraine. And then I had less, relationships with this part of the world in the last 10 years, actually, because I think something was just narrowing down. You see what I mean? So and it was less and less a space of freedom. That's the problem. It goes with contemporary art.
Yeah, maybe you do some.
Serbia is different, of course, but I just never had the occasion to go to Serbia. That's the only thing.
Maybe you do some little exhibition in Serbia, probably. Do you
It's
like
always the same. I go where I'm proposed something.
Do you have maybe favorite artist right now, like in contemporary art, underground artist in France or maybe in London?
In many places, but the best answer is the next exhibition I will do. Actually, if you have the occasion to watch or visit the Gwangju Biennial this September, you'll have an answer about the last things that interest me.
Okay, I'll try. Do you know Evgeny Yufit? It's a necrorealist, Russian necrorealist about wood room. It's a movie about really darkness, love.
By whom?
Evgeny Yufit.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you should watch it actually. I think it's your aesthetic a little bit because
Send me a link.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Because it's necrorealist into Russia in USSR, and he translate about weird love because he is lost himself into the movie and in real life. And the question is the movie, where is he?
Okay.
It's about depersonalization. Actually, about the depersonalization. Do you have in some time a depersonalization when you don't know where is you and not you? Like you watch in the mirror, is that me? Like, no.
No, I never had this this feeling. Maybe because I never tried to define who's me actually, but I never did. So I cannot lose an identity which I never defined. I'm just the sum of what I do and what I think, like a cloud.
So we have 5 minutes, and I wanna ask to have a little break to drink a coffee, go to the toilet, and do our stuff, and come back like from 10 minutes. If you're not busy.
It's gonna be a bit complicated because I have another Zoom after that. So
okay, we can finish about that. It will be great. Finish this interview. Sorry for that.
Sure.
Sorry for that, but it's cool. It's really cool. Thank you for interview. I'm really glad about this interview, and thank you so much. Thank you. When I have translation, I can send it you by the mail or maybe in Instagram.
Where are you now, actually?
Okay.
Where are you? In which city?
I'm in St. Petersburg, in Luda. In Luda Gallery, we have new exhibition about underground after by St. Petersburg and Perm. It's Natasha Khabarova and Alona Petit, but she's in France actually, and this is her painting. So I can send you her Instagram if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day, have a nice evening.
You too.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Keep me posted. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
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 До свидания.
До свидания. Хорошего дня.